I'm Marilyn Moore, and you're watching Lifestyle Matters, and we have Dr. Baudonnet with us today from IQ Vision Care, and he's going to be talking all about why it is so important that we protect our eyes during the summertime. Now, doctor, I think when everyone thinks of summertime, we're thinking of protecting our skin, not necessarily our eyes, but how important is it to be protecting our eyes as well?
Well, it's critical. We get a lot of extra UV light during the summer, and we're spending a lot of time outside, so we want to protect our eyes from that.
Now, how can the UV light actually be affecting our eyes negatively?
Well, you know, when we're exposed to the UV light, it can damage the skin around the eyes, increase wrinkling. Cancer is a risk that we have. Changes to the conjunctiva, that's the clear tissue over the white part of the eye. Changes to your cornea, increases risk for cataract, and can increase the risk for a condition called macular degeneration.
Now, would you say this is, UV exposure is pretty detrimental to our eye health?
Oh, for sure, yes. It's a big problem.
Now, I actually have a little sunburn on my eye, and it starts with a P, and I cannot think of the name. It's like something like that. Pinguicula? Is that what it is from sun exposure?
Yes, there's something called a pinguicula. That's on the white part of the eye, but if it goes across your cornea, it's called a pterygium. So they're both related to sun exposure.
And so how does that develop over time with sun exposure?
It's just repeated exposure to the UV light. The tissue starts to change, and something that we need to prevent. So that's why we recommend UV protection.
Now, are people with lighter skin more prone to developing any issues with their eyes?
People with lighter skin or lighter colored eyes tend to have bigger pupils, so that's probably more of the problem. But there is a thought, people come into my eyes are light, is that going to be a greater risk? And again, because of larger pupils, they're going to get more sun exposure, so that is an issue for those people.
Now, how important is it to be, wearing sunglasses?
Well, that's critical. I mean, we should wear sunglasses all year round, but during the summer we have higher concentration of UV, plus we tend to be outside longer, and the places that we're at, we're going to get more reflections, like at the ocean or at the beach, on the sand, things of that nature.
Now, ocean and pools, the reflection, is that intensifying the UV rays?
Yeah, so you're getting it directly from the sun, and then you're getting it, off the water as well. So it's like a double whammy.
That's awful. And what about ages? At what age do you think people should be starting to wear sunglasses? Because I've been seeing some of my friends that have very young children, wearing sunglasses ages 1 and 2.
Sure. I mean, I counsel my patients that their children should have sunglasses right off the bat. Now, sometimes the kids will want to pull them off their face, but if you can get the child in the habit of wearing sunglasses when they're young, it's going to be helpful when they're older, 50, 60 in terms of cataracts, but even those other things like those little growths on your eye, they can be stopped earlier if you're wearing them when you're a child.
And you recommend always to be wearing sunglasses when you step outside?
Yep, always. Sunglasses, we think of those as being dark, but even my glasses have 100% UV and they're clear. So it's not the color of the lens that protects you, it's the filter. So you want that UV filter in there.
So you're wearing clear glasses and you have 100% UV. I'm interested in this. So what about squinting? I mean, wouldn't you be squinting if there's no, darker shade blocking the sun?
Well, I do. When it's bright, I do have separate what we call sunglasses. They're tinted, right? But when I'm on overcast days, let's say, even then UV light is coming out. So we want to protect ourselves from that situation as well.
And now we actually have sunglasses right here that we're going to be showing you. So let's look at these. Doctor, why don't you explain the ones that I am putting on?
Right. So these lenses here, they protect you with the UV right through the lens, but they sit so far out from your face, you're going to get a lot of peripheral light coming through the side. So it's not going to be a very effective pair of sunglasses.
So you should be looking for something that's a little bit bigger than these frames, correct?
Yeah, bigger or that fits closer to your face. In this particular case, you got better coverage, and you're going to have less light coming directly into your eye. So that would be a better pair than that one that you were wearing previously, because it's got better coverage.
And I definitely see that. These are bigger sunglasses, actually very cute and blinged out. So these are very cute. Now, let's see, cheaper glasses. Is it worth it to be spending more money on expensive glasses, but they're going to be protecting your eyes?
Well, really, the lens itself is probably similar in terms of protection, whether you're spending a lot or a little. But the frame quality and the optics of the lens is where the higher expense comes in. So even spending a little bit, you're still going to probably get okay coverage, but it's just, is the frame going to fit your face well?
Okay, so it's all about the frame. And in the summertime, is it you're more prone for negative any eye health, consequences rather than, winter months or fall months?
Well, again, the concentration is just going to be so much higher of the UV during the summer, so I would say that it's more critical, but I recommend for my patients to wear sun protection all year round.
And one last time, what are the different ways you can protect your eyes during the summertime?
Well, when you're wearing the sunglasses, right, that fit your face well, and if you're wearing, hats and other clothing that are going to shade you from the light.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning in. We've been at IQ Vision Care with Dr. Baudonnet, and you're watching Lifestyle Matters. I'm Marilyn Moore.